those mics are the kind of mics that are okay.
Okay.
Everyone on TikTok.
All right.
Okay.
There. Is that? Okay. Now that we know that everybody has a microphone on TikTok, well, you can see my microphone now. All right. I am starting this off with some smooth canvas. I just got up a little bit earlier this morning and put some patches on with some firming gel mask for about 20 minutes, just because a little extra smoothing never hurt anybody. And, you know, we want to look all hydrated. It's funny, I was looking on this over 50 and Women Fabulous group, and somebody was saying how do you get glowy skin? You know what? You get glowy skin by really taking care of your skin. It's a daily practice for infinity if you want glowing, healthy skin. All right, I'm just putting the smooth canvas around anywhere where it would stick. And then I'm going to stick to my rule about doing lips first. And since I'm in this glorious raspberry linen outfit, which is one of my favorite new things that I have purchased, I'm going to start with some liquid lipstick. I'm going to get this down. And I don't even really need to have it be precise until the end, but it sets the tone for the entire makeup application. I need a tissue. Tissues. Thank you. I'm going to blot those lips. All right. Let it set. Go back and fix later. Okay, next. Experimental new full coverage primer. This is one of my new favorite, and we are making this. This is one of the reasons why I went to Italy, is because I've been testing this for about 2 years now. And what it's going to do is, for those times when you want to be camera ready, where you're going out, where you're spending your time looking good, and you do not want to have your skin competing with your makeup, it is ultra important that we work with your skin being evened out. A lot of women don't want to deal with full coverage, which is why if you put down this very thin layer, very thin, which is back to why you should take care of your skin, which is because you don't want to see texture. And the only reason why you're not seeing any texture and you're just evening out, people will tell me all the time, oh my God, your skin, it looks so beautiful. Well, I'm always using foundation, whether it's the 3-in-1 or whether I have a little bit of this full coverage. You can immediately see difference. And I'm smiling as I go along. And the tip for my over 55 women, and I'm not even going to say over 50, is we're starting to get these lines that go here. Follow your face. Follow the lines of your face so that you're going with the grain. Kind of like when you go with the grain, when you're painting with the grain, you go with the grain. So, and I smile all the time. So if I don't do this, that makeup is going to settle right in those laugh lines. Okay. Now, once it's on, I'm just going to kind of take the leftovers and go around my eye. Now I'm going to tight line, except I don't have a black pencil. So, take a black pencil. We'll just bring them all over because I'm blind and don't have my glasses on. So, you know, it's going to take me a second to see which one is black. You know, hazards. I totally get now why companies are making all of their products not in black, because you can't see. I'm going to do my best to have differentiating packaging so that I can see which one is black and which one is blue. All right. Tight lining with our precision black pencil. Squeeze in tight because you want to do this first. And boy, can you see the difference that it makes in evening out. and adding definition to my eyes. Okay, next, I have also already conditioned my brows and put the brow primer on. However, because we're filming, I am going to use my, and Casey is here. Hi, I'm doing my video this morning. Look at how cute you look. Hi, Brinley. We got so much fun. Your mom is gonna be a star for Genuist Beauty because she got good eyebrows, right? How fun is this, right? It's pretty special.
She's like, all right, I'm over it. I know.
Just give me 2 secs, Case. So this is where, when I talk about 5-minute makeup to go, this is about what I'm gonna have for this. And you can see already that by tightlining, putting this lip on, putting my brow on, we're already halfway there. And no time to really mess around today. But you can see how this new brow, I'm so excited to have it. And we need to start naming it if we're going to get it made. And everybody wanted this yesterday. We are going to have to work pretty hard at coming up with what this name is. So if you're listening out there, please start thinking about what we want to name this brow stain that you can see goes on the hair and not the skin. It's pretty miraculous. I've been talking about it for the past couple of weeks. So we need a name so we can get it made. Can't get it made without a name because it's got to say something on the outside of the bottle. Okay, cool. All right, now we're going to use, this is now going to be Next Gen 3-in-1. And why I'm doing this is because the 3-in-1 is designed to make the skin look like skin. And that's always what we want our foundation. But it doesn't provide enough coverage since I am wearing a pretty strong color. And so we had to put the primer underneath it. And you know what? Instead of using a full coverage foundation that is so heavy, so many of those full coverage makeup that is out there, and I hear it from you all the time, is it feels heavy. It doesn't look good. So many of the new stick foundations have powder in them. And that's the kiss of death for somebody over 50. The powder foundation just sits right in your creases. Oh, still a little leftover mask on my neck. That's pretty fantastic. Guess I forgot that. See? So graceful. Such a great influencer. Still have mask on my neck. Ooh, guess I have to fix that before I film my commercial. Okay. All right, so once that's on, now I'm going to show you the power of contour. So this is, again, one of the things that when you want your makeup to be extra fancy, when you're in professional zone or going out at night, doing a definition in the crease is most important. And this is a product that is designed to be blurring and designed to be so easy. You don't have to sit there and blend. It is so easy. Look at that. Can you see? That is just next level amazing right there. So the whole goal, like Erica Taylor says, over the river and through the hood, anywhere you place dark, it makes it recede, and everywhere you put light makes it lift. So the goal of this is to create that definition that's in the crease, so that, or above the crease, it's really above the crease, so it takes up space. And then this blends so easy that you're not sitting there for 100 hours to fix it. All right, and then next is we're gonna do a highlighter. And my highlighter stick that I usually use is not there. So this has been an experimental one, which I actually really love, but again, time's sake, I am not running around. All right. So you can see now how that blends seamlessly. And really, if I didn't even want to use the brush and I was really in a hurry and I wasn't being camera ready, I would be able to use that with my finger. Oh, you know what I do need? I got no tiny liner over here. Whoops. That I do need. No tiny liner in my bag. Oh, and just magically like that, a tiny liner gets handed to me. Okay, so this new magic stuff, we don't really know what this texture is, but the lab gave it to me. And this is supposed to be a foundation, a powder. I don't really know. All I know is that when I use it, it is next level smoothing. And you can start to see how my skin is no longer competing at all with that lip color. And I'm starting to see that all emerge. And I'm just gonna go wherever there's extra area. Again, I'm gonna go into those lines. Anywhere where there's a little extra redness. So it's still really great when I go to use the concealer at the very end. This does not conflict with the concealer at all. Okay, now I'm gonna fix just a little bit of this lip. I'm now gonna use another little lab sample. And I'm smiling to see how tight that is. And I'm gonna make sure I got hot on my teeth. Still not 100% even, but that's okay. You see how a small lip, people, we gotta go from out to in. And you gotta smile. Because we don't have top lip. So smiling becomes one of the most important things. Unfortunately, when you're lipless top lip people smile, it'll hit the top of our teeth. So, trick I learned way back when I was a young makeup artist is we go like that. And that is going to keep it from sticking on my teeth. Magically, I got another tissue. And I'm going to blot again. Blotting helps to push it in there, keep it from running all over my face. I think we're pretty good now. All right. Next, liquid shadow. This liquid shadow, this is the formula that I went to Italy to go work with chemists on. And what I got to say about this is I wanted a liquid shadow that goes down, goes over the lines, doesn't have a strong drying agent. You should be able to just take the brush and go like this, and voila. Easy freaking peasy right there. And it's not going to dry down. I can blend if I want to put an eyeshadow on top of it. I can. If I want to leave it as is, I can. This formula has been something that I have been working on pretty much since I decided that I wanted to have a cosmetic brand, because I'm looking at all those liquid shadows out there. I've seen all of them. I have bags of probably about 100. And finally got so sick of waiting for them to come up with a formula that I needed to go work with that labs to come up with a formula that actually does exactly this. It does not sit in the crease. And this is a matte. It's somewhat glossy. So I've set it. And now all I'm going to do is give it a second, and then I'm going to blend. And you can see how, because we did the crease, it now looks like it's slightly darker above the crease. And this is so easy to just blend. Then I'm going to just add the tiny liner, add mascara, and we're done.
Concealer.
Oh yeah, concealer's last. We say that and then I forget. And I really need to do a little bit of some contour. Okay. So again, this is this new experimental double-sided stick. Now, this is the lab sample. Whoops. And this is why you don't do this at home, and why I have to test everything to go, does it work or does it not? Let's not have that happen.
It's all over your hands.
All over my hands. It's not that bad. Okay. So this is what's so awesome about this formula is it blends out that easy. No more bronzer all over your damn face. No more out of line, smiling, seeing where my cheekbone is. And I don't believe in going into the lines. So with everybody talking about getting the blush and getting the bronzer really high, yes, it should go right here. Stay out of here. Nothing goes in that area. Nothing. You put bronzer, you put highlighter in that area, it pulls, it shows all the lines. So I will fight somebody on that tip, because if you're older, yeah, you got to get the bronzer out of the hollows of the cheek. I agree, but don't put it up that high. It does not look good. It's like 1970s disco queen, and I disagree. There, I said it. Sometimes you got to disagree. Now, if I don't get the blush all over me. So the blush is kind of going from the, don't stick it right on the apple. We're not talking about Raggedy Ann cheeks there, for those of you who are old enough to get that reference. You want to bring it up, stay out of the line. Okay, awesome sauce. All right, tiny liner. And believe it or not, this mirror is not strong enough magnification for me to see it. Which is why you got to start practicing now if you're young to feel where this eyeliner goes. Because any woman over 60 who sits in my chair is like, I've been able to wear eyeliner for years. And they are so happy that I made this because one, it's blendable. So if you screw it up, you can blend. But two, it's so tiny that you really can practice by feel, which is what I just did. Then you let it, if you need to blend it out, you can blend it out somewhere. I have a little brush, maybe a little brush that I'm just going to blend along the edges. All right, last, I'm gonna add some mascara. Actually, before I do that, I'm just gonna blend a little bit more. I'm gonna take out any lines of demarcation. That's what I call this, is where everything now is just kind of had a second to sit, and I am just going all over to blend. Okay, I'll do mascara, concealer, and then I get to go do Casey's makeup, and then I'm gonna film. So this is new experimental mascara. And what I'm looking for in a mascara to pass on to all of you is, do you see how within one coat that mascara laid down? I didn't have to fight it. I didn't have to go in too hard. Also, this brush is a thin enough brush. The brushes are a huge part of the mascara formula. And again, over 50s, your lashes, most people's lashes are shrinking. Also, they're, I have one side that's better than the other. I had damaged my lashes from doing lash extensions, and this side really never came back after 7 years of lash extensions. And so, but look at the lift, and that's the other thing. It's like, if you're in a hurry and you only want to do one coat, this is something where if you've got one coat on this and out the door, it'd be really natural, but I'm going for camera length lashes right now. So I'm able to build. I am able to build this formula, and it's a freaking miracle right here. Look at that. And I actually used this mascara on at the wedding. So it got tested and got put under the gun, and it worked. I mean, it absolutely worked. Okay, concealer's last. And I'm just gonna dot right now. A lot of times I'll recommend warming it up first, but again, I'm in a hurry. So I'm gonna smile, and God bless the smooth canvas. Took out a lot of those superficial wrinkles that come from dehydration or not sleeping enough, or flying has a huge impact under the eyes. So, you know, between smooth canvas and some eye patches and the right concealer, and you see how when I smile, it's not sitting in the lines. And that is why we have smooth canvas and we do all these magical things. And then I'm just going to look for any other little places to add extra coverage to. I am not one for using concealer for highlight and change your face. I don't really care about that, and I don't think most of us do. You know, it's one thing if you're going to be, you know, all dressed up and having a red carpet moment, but this, my objective here is to look like myself, and I think I have achieved that. Okay, one last little tiny enhancement is I'm going to fill in, again, this is our new tiny brow. It's going in behind on the skin. This is so much more natural than a pencil. And this side is just always my nemesis. I'm going to just brush that out because, again, it's a blendable formula. So I don't have to worry about being so specific. But the goal here is to stain the skin. So I'm using the comb side. I've already got the primer on there. I already have the stain on there. So when you're going for a little extra drama, and why you feel behind is really to have it be more makeup based. So you don't inherently need to fill your brows on the skin. When you want to appear like you have more makeup, you're more finished, that's what you can do. All right, I think I got one little sticky area, and if that's the case, you just use your finger, blend it out. All right, we're ready to roll. Okay.